I create a minimum of 3 video blogs every week. I also write essays on productivity for my newsletter. I don't think I could keep track of everything without the system I use. If you create content regularly, you can use the principles of getting things done and the Evernote app to streamline the process. Hi, I'm Dave Edwards. I want to show you how. That's after I briefly tell you about my on demand and online course, Getting Things Done in a Digital Environment. I'll show you how to set up a system from scratch using the GTD methodology. It'll make your life easier. Find out more at daveedwardsmedia.com. So, as I said, every idea that I come up with for a potential blog or vlog, because most of them are in fact videos, I have a notebook called Blog Ideas, and in there, I create a note for every one of my individual ideas. Now, I actually have a template for how I keep track of the status, and all of the next actions are moved to my task list. But this, what you're looking at, really becomes the status sheet and the kind of home base I use for all of the research that goes into writing one of my posts. So, looking at the status sheet, I immediately know what I have to do next. I write down just a brief, like what is the idea for the blog. In this case, I want to do something that I want to periodically start called Leadership Library, where I do reviews of 3 leadership books that I'm reading. And in this case, I want to do a post that focuses on these 3 books, which I have in fact finished. So my template includes a space for me to write down the idea and anything that's pertinent to it. Now, most of the ideas that I have can be 1 or 2 sentences. In this case, because it references books, I've listed the names of the books. The template also includes status, next, and research. So I keep track of, and again, this is part of a template that I use. These are the things that go into preparing one of my video posts. I have to prepare the script. I have to write a summary based on the highlights that I've made on these books. A lot of times, if the idea doesn't involve books, but just involves a topic, I will have to, my first status would be to research that topic. And that means collecting my thoughts or looking at research on that particular topic. In this case, it's write a summary based on the highlights I made in each book. In my case, it happens, most of the books I read are on Kindle, but it could also be in a hard copy as well. So I'm going to prepare a quick summary of each of the books. But my standard template is prepare the script. Well, I can't prepare the script until I've got all of this information together. I'll prepare the script. Typically what I do is I let it rest for a day or two, and then I go back and I edit the script. I plan what visuals are necessary. Then I record the video. I kind of batch record videos, so I'll wait until I have probably 3 videos to record, and then I'll sit down and record all of them. So that's a next action. I'll then have to prepare the thumbnail that goes along with the post. I've got the video edited, video recorded, but now I want to edit the video. When that process is done, I've got pretty much everything ready to go. I've got the edited video and the thumbnail, so then I schedule the video on my master calendar. And then ultimately I will post that video to YouTube and social media. Now, as I said, when I have an idea, I have to conduct some research. And I will typically post what I find for research on the status note. So this is, for the Meditations book, I've got the description from the publisher. I've got a link to my notes on Kindle. And then I grabbed a quote from a New York Times review, which in this case actually is what prompted me to read the book. So I don't know if I'll use this or not, but I wanted to have it there. At the end of the day, I will have all of my research here before I will actually start working on the script. Now, when it's time to work on the script, I open up a Word doc and I begin writing. And I can always just scroll up and down here to find the notes that I will need to complete that writing assignment. I keep updating the status sheet and making sure that this item is always in my task manager for next actions. When I'm all done, I will put the script, I will paste the final script on top, and then I will file this. Instead of having it under blog ideas, I will file this into an archive folder in Evernote. So I always have the script, and I will include a link to the social media post. In addition to my blog posts, I've written 2 books with one more in the works. I have used and use the same kind of system for those projects. I have a sheet for each chapter idea. I have a status sheet that tracks the progress of each chapter idea. I hope that helps. Give it a try. GTD is a wonderful and powerful tool. I've been using it for decades. But if you read David Allen's book or see any of his seminars, you'll quickly find out that it was designed for paper-based systems. Allen told me once that it's platform agnostic, but he likes the paper-based approach. Well, that's not practical for everyone. Within 1 year, I started traveling a lot for my job, and it wasn't easy to transport all my files with me. That led me to figure out how to create a digital GTD system. So I've created an hour-long, on-demand course on the subject. Find out more at daveedwardsmedia.com. Click on courses